Hello, welcome to Late Night with Renee Marie. So I haven't been on here for a while. But that's just because I don't want to be on here just not talking about anything or anything random. I want to talk about things that are irrelevant and things that people care about and things that affect people and all that. So I was going on or through my notifications or whatever, and I see a lot of women talking about how certain women, have a different guy every year for Thanksgiving. And to me, I think, like, 1 minute those same women are saying how they don't judge women, or whatever the case may be, but you are actually judging a woman. And the simple matter is, you don't know what's going on in that relationship to dictate whether or not she should still be with that man or not be with that man. I mean, just think about it. If you're with a man, the best time for them to meet family, and everyone, not just one or two people at your family, but everyone that you call family, is around Thanksgiving. So say that I bring someone for Thanksgiving and they don't get along with my family, or something happens to show you that, hey, we probably won't be, together next year, because if you can't get along with my family, then obviously me and you are not supposed to be together. So I think that a woman might be dating a man for 5, 6, 7, 8 months, and then when Thanksgiving comes, that's when they meet the whole family. So if their relationship or their first impression on the family isn't good, some women just be like, oh, okay, this is not going to work. My family is number one, and if you can't get along with my family, then this is like, we're not going to be able to be together, point blank, period. But I find it funny how some women that are posting about how a certain woman brings a man or a different man every year, it's funny how you're with the same man for 5+ years, but then behind closed doors, y'all not getting along, y'all don't like each other, he's cheating on you, you're cheating on him, or however the situation may be, and you think that's okay. Regardless of you bringing a certain man every year or a different man every year, you have to remember that we women know who is best for our children, who are best for, remind you, I said women, not baby mamas, not significant others, not the side chick, but we women who are raising our kids to be either a man, responsible man, respectful man, educated man, or a responsible daughter, an intelligent daughter, a smart daughter. We know who is best to be around our kids. And some people say, oh, well, if you have 2 men in the same year, then your kids are being brought in certain situations, blah, blah, blah. But you have to remember that if we single women or we single men have children, it's best for our significant other or someone that we look to as being someone that we're with in the long run, have to meet our kids up front. Because my thing is, if my kids don't like you, then we're not going to work, because the kids are always going to be disobedient and disrespectful and not wanting to live wherever you and your other is. But if you have a man who your kids love, then usually sometimes that brings you closer to that man, because your kids adapt to them. So all I'm saying is, while people are on here and on Facebook and Twitter and IG and all that, just remember that you're judging. When you say, oh, I'm not trying to judge, or I don't judge people, but when I see a woman that has a different man for 5 different ways, or 5 different times in a year, or in 5 years a woman has one person that they're in love with. So basically they're saying every year this woman has a different man on her Facebook or on her Twitter or on Instagram. You have to remember that you are not living their life. You have no clue of what went on in the situation from one Thanksgiving to another. What's the difference between a woman having 5 different significant others, but yet her children are being taken care of, and a woman who's in a relationship or a long-term marriage when their marriage sucks at the house? You have to remember that also your kids respect you. If you are a woman or a man is with a man or a woman, and your kids see that you are not taking your significant other to treat you like shit, then that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be in a relationship where my kids see me be treated like shit, because that's not how a relationship is supposed to work. So just remember, when you're out there saying, I don't judge, but I think that women or men that have a different significant other every year, oh, well, you can't believe him, blah, 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 unless he's in a relationship for 2 years. No, you don't know what went on behind that situation. So if you're not going to judge, and that therefore you won't post anything pertaining a certain situation, and just one day look in the mirror. You might be doing good now, but karma is that one thing that you don't want to catch up with you. So that's why I feel like you should live and see and talk about people how you would want people to talk about you. Like my grandma said, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it at all. Because at the end of the day, you sit here and judge another man or another woman's relationship, that might turn back on you. So you might be all high, mighty, and everything else, and your relationship's going good and all that. But when you have time to sit back and to judge somebody else, just know that karma's going to come back to you. And it's going to bite you in the ass, and you're not going to like it. So live your life how you want to live. Don't live your life based on someone else or what society thinks that your relationship should be. If you don't think a man or a woman is good enough for you and your child, or you, period, move on. Don't hang on. I thank you for tuning in to Talk Back with Renee Marie Late Night. Thank you again. Love you guys.